Sandstorm.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to a new segment I'm trying out called Live Impressions, and I got with me Sandstorm. How you doing?
Oh, doing great, man. How are you?
I am making it. Yeah, you're not gonna see me because I don't have a second uh camera from a laptop just yet. Working on that, but but how was your New Year's, man? You doing all right?
Doing good so far. I worked today, so I usually work 6 days a week. So a brother can make it from from week to week.
Gotcha.
Uh, but but other than that, yeah, I'm doing really good, man. It's finally the end of the year. We have later today. We have the end of the year review on the Sandstorm show. So yeah, it's been an interesting 2023.
Cool, cool. Uh, as you can see, we're taking a look at Hogwarts Legacy. I have not. I just started this game. The reason why I have Sandstorm here is because for this live impressions uh, segment going forward, I'm gonna have people on that have played the game, and we're gonna go through our impressions that way. Now he has completed the game because this came back out in February.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So before we actually get started with this, can I be honest with you, man?
Go ahead.
This should have been just off my 2 hours of playing. This should have been in that category instead of freaking down RE4 for game of the year.
I look.
Am I wrong for saying that?
So Juice said the exact same thing. He was like, man, this game is like actually really good.
How the hell do you? Well, let me ask you this then. Do you think that whole controversy with J.K. Rowling has something to do with that?
Oh man, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't know. It could have been partially that. I think too that like I don't. Without getting real nasty, I just feel like they like Resident Evil, especially like 4, is so like
It's been redone to hell.
yeah, and they like to glorify it. So like any opportunity to really like do that, I feel like they're gonna take advantage of. And I feel like that was probably one of those situations where it was just like, hey, we got Resident Evil 4, this remake, like is is here, you know what I'm saying? So it can technically count. Honestly, I mean, this is I let's keep this in mind too, right? So Hogwarts Legacy isn't being done by just like the high caliber WB team. Like
No, I don't
this
even know
was
who
a
these people are.
yeah, this was a no, well, not necessarily a no name, but like this was one of their like lower tier teams, and they just got an opportunity to even try to make a Hogwarts game, and like this came out. I, to be honest with you, I put it on the same scale as uh the people who did Baldur's Gate 3, like a big, like a well-known franchise being done by a team that nobody really knew about like that. So it's
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know why I don't know, man.
yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody? Serial, what's up? How you doing? Beria, this is the Xbox version. I do not have the Switch version.
You said the Switch version.
Nah,
No, Switch
I
version
didn't
ain't
get a
looking
Switch
like
version.
this.
Nah, I'm getting to a point where I am becoming increasingly more upset with third parties in regards to that
Hmm.
because of the simple fact I feel they do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Like y'all gonna find out when I do my Mortal Kombat 1. Uh, when I do my Mortal Kombat 1 discussion, I'm starting to think they're doing that on purpose. They're not even trying, and you can't tell me it's because of the system. Because then I'll look at something like Metroid Prime Remastered. I'm like, that's BS.
Hmm.
It's not the system, you
Well,
know.
I think too. Also, to go in line with that, the last three like bad talked about ports, Mortal Kombat, Hogwarts Legacy, and what was the other one? In between that too. I feel like there was another one in between there too. But both of those are WB games.
Yeah, they're WBs. Um,
So it's like obviously they don't have a team that's like more in line with just doing Nintendo work or something like that, or they're just kind of another company that's really trying to push a narrative of trying to like usher them to move on from that deal. But
yeah,
yeah, I especially coming from WB, like the first time you get it wrong, like okay, maybe you didn't have maybe you didn't have the now, even though this is what, a 7-year-old console now,
yeah.
maybe you
But
didn't
to
have the
me, I
now.
I can't give them that excuse because of Mortal Kombat 11.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like the first time, if it's the first time, I'll be like, okay, maybe for whatever reason you didn't pick up Switch, uh like the Switch hardware, you couldn't figure out the ins and outs or whatever. But like the second time around, mm, is it the hardware or is it you? Like,
Yeah,
because I don't like Shadow would say, like the hardware is fixed. It's not like it ever changes. So I think too, and let's not forget this as well. Like WB could have been like, "Yo, we still need money." Even like our outside endeavors between like DC and all the other stuff is tanking. Switch is making money. Like I don't care how this looks, and it don't
put it
matter to
on there.
me. Push it,
Yeah,
put it on there. So it could have been one of those situations where they had crunch and maybe not enough crunch to be able to take the time out that they wanted to and do it properly. So yeah, there's so many benefactors in there that could be, but I definitely agree with you. I think that like if they're gonna do something like that, either have a dedicated team like we've talked about before,
yeah,
to make these games or port these games over, or um either take the extra time to actually do these games or don't do them at all. Like put it towards something else.
yeah. Now I will say from a visual standpoint, I do like the way this look. But then again, I did like it when you did your playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
I do like it. But first, we got to talk about how woke this game is. You see all these black people in here? There were not black people in fantasy England at this
Man,
point in time.
it's it'll the woke is like an understatement. It's super woke in this.
I
Like you walk
can't
past
believe they
somebody,
brought this wokeness in here.
you like, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Okay.
But I will say I do like the character creation. They actually did a good job on the hairstyles and stuff. Because most times, we have to.
The culture ain't
Yeah,
getting
ain't
ain't
represented
get
well.
yeah, ain't getting cultural opportunities.
Yeah,
Especially with the cornrows and the dreads. In the cornrows you may get 3 cornrows if that. Um
you getting Riley Freeman cornrows from Boondocks.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say I definitely like the representation. I also too, and this is one that wasn't really talked about. Um even with like even on the channel when I did it, the first impressions, I really like how they made um all the races, not even just black people, but since I am black, I'm gonna say that I like how they made the black people look like black people, not
Yeah.
like white people with the
But
skin tone
yeah,
turn.
with
Yeah,
skin tone to put to it, like
y-
what you call it, do like Capcom does sometimes.
yeah, and it just be looking off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I definitely like how they actually took the time out to actually make that happen. That character creation, man. I don't know. I don't remember back when we first did it on the first impressions. I don't know how long we sat there and worked on the character, but it's smooth.
Yeah.
The
This is
from
probably
the
the easiest one I ever had to use.
Yeah, yeah, from the
Uh,
eyes and just like the look of your character and stuff. Yeah, it was very nice. It was very welcoming.
Now you know me. I am what they call the casual Harry Potter fan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I am liking some of the lore stuff so far. I like running into the Weasleys because that's my they my favorite family outside of like. some of the other people.
Right, right.
Like I would hang with them.
Yeah, because they're the ones that are closest to being like nerdy, you know,
Yeah,
like they
but they
just
just they cool peeps.
yeah, they just like a funny, like that's the family that you would want to go to like on Thanksgiving, you know, or like Christmas, you know what I'm saying? Because you know there's gonna be some funny foolishness that you gonna talk about the next day.
Okay, see, I need a one with a samurai hilt to it.
I kind of wish they did have that in this. Some of the hilts are really dope though. There's a few of them. I mean, I finally got them all, so I finally settled on a hilt that was
Hmm.
very reminiscent of my actual wand here.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I almost I kind of wish that, like, even though this is like how the setup and everything for this is like really cool, they give you like heartstring, blah 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 blah,
Hmm.
when you finally pick it out. I wish those things, those actual attributes, actually meant something. um but it's still cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that they give you all of that. I forgot you got the Merlin robe now, and that was like an add-on, an addition later, and like as an update.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so that wasn't like something that started, that you had like from the start of the game.
Well, I will say this: if you are actually into getting this, it is on sale at the moment.
Mm. Yeah.
Even the stuff, the full pack with the dark
Yeah.
arts and all that stuff, it is on sale.
If
Um,
if if it was not mentioned before, if you have a PlayStation 5, that is um that's the version to get.
yeah,
Um
yeah,
I know most people think, oh, like, why not the PC version? Because that's going to be the best looking one, and it is. It is the best looking one. It's the one that populates the most NPCs, especially in Hogwarts. So it feels a lot realer. It has the best refresh rate and all that other stuff. But the reason why the PS5 is the best version is because the PS5 is the only one that comes with an additional uh, side quest. And the quest allows you to actually, at the end of the quest, it allows you to have a shop. But talking to Vito, my co-host, that one, that side quest is like more on the eerie side of Hogwarts, or of Harry Potter. And he just said it was a phenomenal quest. It's not a short quest by any means, but he said it was a phenomenal quest. So
okay, okay,
yeah, but everybody else, they just get the vanilla version, while Sony, who I think funded for the some of the commercials or what have you or whatever, they get that version.
gotcha. So, well, I'm glad you brought that up because I did not know that. The only thing I know, I would probably stay away from the Switch version. If you have other
Mm-hmm.
consoles, I would probably stay away from it. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing I would probably say that I'm going to say with Mortal Kombat. If you got a Series X, you got a PC, you game on PS5 or 4, don't get Mortal Kombat on Switch. Just don't.
Yeah. I would
Just don't.
stay, and that's funny because for like the whole year, ever since Hogwarts Legacy came out for PC, remember I was talking like I'm gonna get the Switch version,
Yeah.
just for my kids so they can enjoy it. And had that game, I don't even care about the graphical parts or even some of the parts that they like took out that were actually kind of part of side missions.
Hmm.
um had the game been open like it is in this, where there's no like loading screens in order to get into Hogsmeade and all that other stuff, I would have still bought it. But like putting in loading screens in sections that don't need it, like that is kind of what killed it, because that changes the whole experience of the game. um so yeah, just it Now, however, I think a lot of people think that that the Switch version, because it's so bad, that it's like gonna be one of those what's the game that we lost? Xenoblade is gonna be like a
Xenoblade, yeah.
Xenoblade 2, where it's just magically gonna be super expensive because people want to pick it up. And for like the last I've been clocking for like the last 2 or 3 weeks now, at least in my city, like Hogwarts for the Switch version has been sold out. So it's I it's an interesting one to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, I at this point, I'm so I at this point, I feel like I said before, this was done purposely. So
Hmm.
because I
Yeah,
played like Doom Eternal on Switch and it runs fine.
yeah,
I've played like I said, I've played a few third party games on it and I'm like it runs fine. So this is either willful ignorance or you're trying to do stuff. Or you're just like you said, it's oh they got 100, they sold 100 million. Just put it on there.
mm-hmm. Yep. Hurry up and get it on there before the end of the year, so we
Yeah.
can go into next year still making money. Do it and do it now.
Yeah, which to me is not that's not good.
No.
That's just not good because everybody deserves to. They deserve your best, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
do it right. And like I said, the WB don't get no excuses because you can't say you don't have a kid. You
Right. That part.
can't say you don't have a deaf kid. You can't say that.
This is not the first game that you. Oh, that was the third game. So it was Hogwarts Legacy, then the Batman series, and
Oh
then
yeah, yeah.
and Mortal Kombat. So yeah, and we seen how the Arkham Knight ran. So it's like
Which, to be fair, Arkham Knight sucked on PS4 too
yeah,
because I
it
had it on my Pro, and I'm like, ain't my Pro supposed to be better?
it doesn't it didn't even I don't personally I don't think it really need to be on the Switch. That was not necessarily necessary, I don't think. And if they were, once again, I think this should have been like that was one of the games that should have been built from the ground up
From
to
the
make
ground
that
up,
happen.
yeah.
But
Like I can give port key games a pass because they're like I said, I've never heard of this team before this game,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
so I can give them a pass. But I can't give like a port team a pass or whoever they got to do it. I can't give them a pass, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't do that. Where the hell is this damn thing I'm supposed to be going? So while I'm sitting here looking stuck,
So, did you have because you said you're more of a casual
oh
Harry
yeah,
Potter fan.
yeah,
When you hit the castle, when you first hit the castle, and you got to step in, were you like, okay, I'm in here?
yeah. I mean, bro, they did a good job of making it like if you watched any of them movies, they did a good job of making you feel like, okay, this is all right, this is weird. And I'm
Right.
digging it. I'm digging it.
Like this feels real now. Like it's like, yeah, it all came together at that moment.
Yeah, at that point, yeah, it did feel like, okay, so that's where I need to go. So, waypoint. And where's the other place I need to go? Okay, well, I'll worry about that later. But yeah, that I will give them that. The way they set this up when you go into that castle the first time. Now, I will say the way they opened the game out,
Mm-hmm.
that's how you do an open. That's how you grab
Oh
somebody's
yeah.
attention.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how you grab somebody's attention. Like if you don't, you, to me, a game like this, you probably need to grab them off the rip.
Yeah.
And that whole chase sequence with the dragon into the ruins.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert for an old game. But
Right.
if you've done that, if you play something like that, that's how you get somebody in there. for real.
Yeah, because I was kind of curious how they were. I almost thought they were gonna start the game off. Well, two different ways. Either one, you were gonna Hogsmeade, like yeah, you would have Hogsmeade to do all this stuff, but I thought they would still start you off in Diagon Alley, and you get your wand, all the basic stuff.
Hmm.
Um, and that didn't, and then I was like, oh, but like then you take the train and all that. So it's like it kind of almost starts off slow. But then I thought like, okay, well maybe they start you like on the outskirts of Hogwarts and like, you take a ride into Hogwarts like via cart or something like that. But then
Okay.
I was like, but then it's like, well then you're not you're really not getting like what is this game about? You know what I'm saying? Like it's so like them starting off how they did, and then like even like the spoiler alert, the bank scene, that whole
Hmm.
bank scene, and actually like kind of getting that firsthand while you're like that, like all of that was like wow.
Yeah.
And
I think that was
so
probably the smart story wise choice to make.
yeah, and then just coming into Hogwarts and like just seeing it in its fullness. Now, when you when you finally got the ability to like finally go around in the school, did you get lost?
Yes, I had to use that thing that they gave you to. I had to use that. I still use that actually because I'm like, there ain't no way in the world. Like this place is too big.
Yep,
This place is way
yep,
too big.
yep. It's so funny because like that's how you want it to feel though, right? Like
Yep.
you just step in and you be like, wait, where where am I?
Yeah. Like what in the world's going on here? Like because
Yeah,
I like the way they got everything looking. I do like that the paintings still move around.
mhm.
I enjoy that. Um.
Yeah, man. I see. I think like those were the things that needed to happen in the game. Like if you were gonna do a Harry Potter game, you had to populate it so it felt like it was living. With students and stuff like that, and you had to make the environment feel like it was. And like even walking in, I was like, man, if they don't have moving pictures in here, like it's
It's
gonna kind of
pointless.
kill the vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pointless at that point. So
Yeah,
am I going the wrong way? I'm going the wrong way.
added the whole vibe. And you know what else really helps out too? And this is why I think too, going back to the Game of the Year awards, like I really got to knock them, is like out of any of those ones that were on the list for music, Harry Potter, this game should have definitely been in there because the jingles in this game are like spot on to the actual movies. And I think other than the like the dun 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 dun, like that's it. Like you don't get whole Harry Potter songs here.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like they did a wonderful, amazing job with the music. The music is vibrant. It feels like a Harry Potter game,
Mm.
man.
Yeah. I from what I've gathered about this so far, I am enjoying it. But like I said, when you were doing your gameplays of it,
Mhm,
I knew like this was gonna be something fun. Um and that's like I can see having fun with a lot of this. So
mhm,
hi Sim. Actually I play on my Switch, my Wii U, my PS4, and my Series X. So for this game I'm playing on Series X. But yeah, I noticed it, and like I said, I'm not the like I am a quintessential nerd slash geek. But I'm casual on a lot of stuff. Like a lot of people don't know that. I'll probably say the only things I'm probably not casual on is Zelda, Metroid, and X-Men.
mhm.
That's about it. Everything else I'm pretty casual on. Even with the Marvel stuff, I'm pretty casual because I don't read all that other stuff. I just know of it because they've crossed paths with the X-Men.
Right.
So like that's how I know a lot of the stuff that I know. It's one of those situations. So it's just knowing like the stuff that I like about this. stuff, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is actually dope. I'm actually feeling this. Um, and so, do you think there's going to be another one?
Oh, man, I really hope so. We've gone off on like a whole tangent, Vito and I, about what they could do for the next one, whether because you're in your fifth year in this one, which
Yeah,
at first we were like, why do you start off in your fifth year? But it makes the most sense because the fifth years are the only ones that's where you start off going to um oh, I can't think of the name. Um
Daddy.
I believe it's no, because that was his third year. But the fifth years are the ones who actually like learn the advanced spells and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um, and you
that was
can
what half.
basically,
No, that's Order of Phoenix.
yeah, Order of Phoenix, yeah. You can start going off on your own and everything. They can, I believe it's the year that you can use magic outside of Hogwarts.
Yeah,
So it kind of made the most sense. You get advanced spells. It just made the most sense to not start off on year one, where basically you would probably be stuck to the castle, especially year one. So yeah, doing year five. So moving to like year six, it would make sense if they were trying to do a trilogy, 5, 6, and 7. Um, but I hope so. I really hope so. And I hope they build on what they've done here. I don't need I know a lot of people are like, oh, it'd just be sweet if they had an online. I don't need online to this. Like it's not needed to me. I know they've done some hacking code type stuff where people have been able to play this game online. It's not necessary. Um, the game is most fun because you experience like this is your experience. You're the powerhouse, you know. Um, but two, would I also want it still in Hogwarts? I don't know. Um, they talk a lot about how this game or how there are other people that are attending Hogwarts that are from different schools. Mainly, I think it's the girl that you're with.
yeah,
She's from
Natty.
what?
She's from
Yeah,
Wakanda.
yeah, right. She goes to Wagadu, which is the biggest. I know a lot of people think Hogwarts is like one of the biggest schools, and it's actually one of the smallest. Um, but she goes to the biggest wizarding school and it's in Africa. So it's literally a whole mountain big. So um yeah, I would love to actually get some opening, on the other schools and what those are like. But uh-oh, Kamehameha.
Yep. I was gonna do it, but you were talking, so
But yeah, I definitely and why not though? Like why not? I feel like this game sold really, really well. So like why not capitalize on that and drop another one, right?
yeah. And you could probably God of War this, and by God of War, I mean like take this to another area, like you said, instead of having it in go to Wagadu and go to
Yeah,
like another place, another area, and have it with another, special individual, as it were, and
right,
go from there.
right.
Um, I think for this one, it works. This game probably works better here
Mm-hmm.
because it is kind of familiar, you know, as far as the original games and stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
original movies and stuff. Because basically, you're in London,
yeah,
right? You,
yeah.
you're in London, so let's see, what am I supposed to use? Yeah,
So you haven't this so you're still early. I'm trying to gauge like where you are because I don't want to talk about too much and like
dude, talk about what you want to talk about, dude.
Nah. I can't kill it. I can't kill it for you. Though
I
you've seen,
can.
I feel like you've seen most of the stuff anyway.
Yeah, I have.
But
That's why I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
so like you haven't gotten the skills, like the skills page yet, have you?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, because man, that doing that teleport thing, doing the nightcrawler thing, man, that's just that sets everything. That sets everything off.
Yeah.
Um,
I was about to say that was a glitch, but I'm supposed to be repairing stuff, so stuff being stuck in the air probably ain't a glitch.
no, I don't think that was a glitch. Yeah,
How dare this game be? This game's supposed to be perfect.
right,
Nah, dude, you're supposed to be repairing the town, bro.
right. Um,
I feel that this is not fixed properly because you see all these buildings are all tore up. This is clearly a glitch. Bethesda.
right. It ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Hey, give me that.
Yeah, I like how tight the game is too. It's not like I don't think I've really ran into too many glitches in the game.
Okay.
There may have been, and if there was, it may have been something that was like really small, like oh, okay, like whoop, how did that one get through?
Gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha. Well, let me ask you this because I said we was only gonna go 30 minutes and we're already a little bit over. Seeing as how I just fought a troll,
mhm,
uh Lord of the Rings.
right. They look exactly like Lord of the Rings.
Where's Aragorn when you need him? But
Right.
do you think like uh other like other franchises kind of like a Lord of the Rings could probably do something a little bit like this because Shadow of Mordor is nice,
hmm
but it kind of got that first one was good. The second one I didn't really care for.
Yeah,
Uh,
the second one they tried to like, oh, you have OP powers now.
yeah, and plus they went too hard into the Nemesis system, and it was felt unbalanced.
Yeah.
And I just like, okay, this isn't like the first game was fun because of it because you didn't know how
hmm
that was going to pan out. But I'm like,
hmm
okay, maybe I need to like, I don't know, switch this up a little bit, go a more adventure route, you know,
Yeah.
more a little bit more on the adventure side of things because I'm liking the adventure stylings of this.
hmm
You know, it's way more. It feels more relaxed and it feels like intense at the right times and not, you know,
Yeah.
intense for intensity's sake. You know,
I- You
stuff
know,
like
I would like this idea to be translated not even just within WB's own properties, but like I would love for somebody like Lucas Arts to like take note on this, like
that.
give us a Jedi game where you're a Padawan, and you're
And
still in
go
the
from
learning
there.
process. Yeah, like you don't even necessarily have to go to different worlds. Like the overall arcing problem could be in the same wherever the temple is, and it doesn't have to be Coruscant either.
Yeah.
Um,
Just make it like a planet. That way you can have a whole planet to play with instead of like trying to
yeah.
go between. Because that's another thing. I do think sometimes like No Man's Sky, they promised all the different planets. I'm like, dude, I don't need all
Mhm.
that. Just
Yeah.
tell me a good story.
Yeah, if you give me a good story, and like a big area exactly like this to really mess with, like I would love that, especially in the Star Wars world where you can have a bunch of, and this is not really a spoiler for this game, but a bunch of like small villages, that are kind of around one overall arcing temple or something like that,
Mhm.
what have you. Um,
Okay.
and you can every now and then you can see, they don't have to be Sith either, but spaceships land, that have like the enemy, whether it's the Empire, whoever you choose to
A
be the
crime
enemy.
syndicate, the bounty hunters, it's
Yeah,
all in there. So you just like I said, everything don't have to revolve around
yeah, yeah.
Skywalkers and stuff. So yeah.
I think that would work amazingly, for a Star Wars game.
Mm.
If WB really wanted to, I think, uh Vito said Mandalorian game that you can do, and I think that
Yeah,
concept really works for that too.
yeah,
A Mando,
and
like,
just have it on one planet.
yeah,
And that's
just
it. Like have it on
growing
Navarro.
himself. Yeah,
Just have it an adventure on Navarro.
I think that works really well.
Yeah.
Um, I think if WB wanted to do like an either a new property or even borrow from Lord of the Rings, I feel like they could really learn from this a lot because of the medieval setting and everything.
Hmm.
Um, I wouldn't want them to change the tones of this game because this game is actually really vibrant in color.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
I
you don't
don't want
want
to
them to
go
go with
back to
the
browns and
Snyderverse?
blacks.
You don't want them to go with the Snyderverse?
No, I don't want browns and blacks again. But I think no, it's not the Switch version.
No,
Definitely
no,
wasn't.
it's the Series X. I should have put that in the dollars. It's a Series X version. No, it's not a Switch version. No, no.
But I think that really caters to it, and I think it would be really dope um if you had the options too. Like you
Mhm.
could pick whether you wanted to be learn from the thieves or something like that, and they have like three different schools: thieves or the warriors, or even be a sorcerer like Gandalf or something. Like I think that, or just be an elf, you know what I'm saying? But it all encompassed in one world. I think that would be great.
Okay. Hey, Void, how you like it on PS5? Because I'm enjoying the Series X version myself. So, but yeah, all in all, like for somebody like me that just got it and just spent my first 2 hours in here, I'm enjoying it. Like I said,
Hmm.
I think this should have been in the game of the year running instead of Resident Evil 4, which we've seen for. We're not gonna get into that, but because look, man, don't get me wrong, I love RE4,
Hmm.
um, but I'm kind of tired of the RE remasters because I'm like, dude, you're never gonna beat that Wii U chuck and nunchuck and Wii remote control setup. You're not gonna beat it. You're not
Yeah.
gonna beat that control setup.
No.
You're just
No.
not. So from a gameplay standpoint, yo, cool. I'm glad people are enjoying it and if they didn't get it the first time or second time or third time,
Right.
fourth time, I'm glad they got a
You
chance
just
to
ain't
play
gonna get it at that point.
it. Yeah. But yeah, because before Last of Us, RE4 was the one that was getting remade all the time.
Hmm. Hmm.
But
Yep.
yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a very fun game. Once again, I, I did play the Switch version over to a friend's crib. Cannot uh I cannot recommend that version. No, I just can't.
Yeah. It's
So if you got a PC or you got a PS or you got a Sony or a Microsoft system, just get it on that.
yeah. Don't
Just get it on that.
don't
Um,
waste your time.
yeah, just don't. It's unfortunate, but yeah, just don't at this point. But hope you guys enjoyed this one. I plan on doing more of these in the future. Just live impressions of games that we are playing or have played going forward. This is kind of like a little test run. So leave a comment, let me know what you guys think. We don't have a Winging It podcast episode Sunday. So guys, enjoy your new year. Be safe out there. If you plan on going out and hanging out, if you in New York, you going to see the Apple Drop, please be safe. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself. All that good
Yes, be
stuff.
very safe.
Yeah. Please get an Uber or a Lyft driver. If you're gonna be drinking like that, please do that. Don't yeah, don't be trying to don't be being crazy out there. Just
No.
please don't. And we'll be back the following week with our 2023 in review, our annual 2023 in review episode. I know y'all gonna love us for this one. Oh Lord. Um, so, Sandstorm, anything you want to pimp out before we get out of here?
Yeah, so in a couple hours, we are going to be doing our end of the year review, Vito and I, at 9 o'clock, 9:05. And so yeah, we'll just be talking. And this game obviously is definitely going to come up part of our end of the year review. Make sure you go over to Trey Vito's channel. Yesterday, he did some trailers, so make sure you check out that. And then like Jay said, Sunday we don't have a Winging It podcast, and Monday we're definitely not having a Jill podcast because that's the first of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But expect us back again sometime the following week because I need to get other guests on. So we do our end of the year podcast for us, and then we do our end of the year podcast with our our friends and fellow podcasters and stuff like that. So make sure you show up for both.
Yep. All right. Thank you everybody in chat. We really do appreciate you coming through and stopping through with us. Like, share, subscribe, all the other good stuff. If you're over on Twitch, give us a follow. We really do appreciate the love and support and all of that other good stuff. And we'll see you guys later tonight for Sandstorm stuff and next week for the Winging It podcast. And I'll probably do a couple gameplay sessions, some live streams of some stuff that I've been saying I was going to do and just haven't had the time. So I'm gonna one of my New Year's goals is to be better with that. Coming up with a schedule, sticking to it as far as the live streaming is concerned. So please be aware of that. I will probably be doing that and sticking to a couple of games as always. So thank you guys once again. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, peoples. And don't forget to have fun. Be safe out there for New Year's. All right. Peace out.
Peace.